Question number two is from Christian, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name, De Guzman. That's at XTDGZ253. How much of Baltimore's 0-2 start can be accredited to the departure of Mike Macdonald? Christian, I think we have to be patient with Zach Orr. He is very well thought of. I think he's thought of in that organization as a future head coach, played linebacker in the league. And they picked him over a bunch of different guys and hiring him as their defensive coordinator. Remember, Denard Wilson went to Tennessee, he's doing a good job there. Anthony Weaver went to Miami to be the defensive coordinator. Certainly they could have at least made the call to Jesse Minter to see if they could have gotten him back. He coached in Baltimore before. Instead, he goes with John Harbaugh's brother Jim to the Chargers. So not only is Zach Orr really well thought of in that organization, they also picked him ahead of a bunch of other guys who are coordinators in other places to run the system that a lot of teams in the NFL are trying to get now, which is that Ravens system. So, I think you have to consider the decision making of John Harbaugh, which has generally been really good in elevating coaches. I think you also have to consider a lot of the moving parts that the Ravens have, not just on defense, but across their roster. You look on offense, 3 new offensive line starters, Kevin Zeitler, Morgan Moses, and John Simpson gone. You've got Roger Rosengarten, Daniel Falele, and Andrew Voorhees in. That's 60% of your offensive line. They think it'll be a good thing in the long run to have made those decisions, but in the short term, there have been some bumps. Patrick Queen is out. Again, they think Trenton Simpson can be an upgrade at linebacker, but that can take some time. They're working through, some young corners. So there are a lot of moving parts in the roster. Do I think like having a new defensive coordinator after having one of the best defensive coordinators in the league over the last 2 years could be a factor? Sure. Let's also remember how Mike Macdonald started. In his second game as defensive coordinator, they got absolutely obliterated by Miami. They lost in a shootout, 42-38. The Dolphins had over 500 yards of offense at that time. And a lot of people were asking the same questions about Mike Macdonald. Why'd you move on from Wink Martindale to go to Mike Macdonald? Well, that wound up being a pretty good decision in the long run. I think you give this one patience. Again, maybe a factor in the 0-2 start, but there are a lot of factors in why the Ravens are 0-2 right now.